What's up guys, Joey Sennett here. Today we're going to show you the home gym setup. Now this setup came about, as you know, for the pandemic of 2020 and all that not so fun stuff that went down. And you know, I've been a professional trainer for 12, 13 years. So when a gym goes down, my life goes down. So we can't have that, right? So what do we do when life, you know, throws you some challenges? We get the job done anyway, right? There's no excuse. So the idea behind this home gym, I'm going to show you the setup and everything, but the idea behind this home gym is, you know, given the fact that I think my place is like 1,000 square feet total, and it's 2 stories, so there's not a lot of square feet and space to put everything, right? So how do we get the job done? How do we achieve the body that we want? How do we not have excuses? How do we all achieve our goals while this is all going down? Well, I'm going to show you how. So first it started as basically when the gym shut down, I was going to the park every day and doing pull-ups and dip bars and hiking to get the leg strength up. I did that for a couple weeks and then went out on the field and started running routes like thinking I'm like some professional NFL guy, and pulled my hamstring, of course, which is going to happen if you aren't used to that kind of intensity and training. So, but that's another story. So that's not going to cut it, right? I mean, you've got to pump some iron and you've got to feel the pump and feel good, right? So how do we do that? Well, my buddy, one of my good friends, like I was talking to him like, what are we going to do? And he said, man, I was getting at Bowflex and look at all these different things, and then it stuck in my head. I was like, dude, Bowflex. I've had one of those. I used to work out on the SoloFlex when I was 13, so that might actually work. So I guess we'll start with that because that was the first item that we actually brought into the place, and it was a real challenge because, as you can see, this equipment here, it's not exactly built to just, you know, be a piece of furniture in your house. It's kind of belongs in the garage, but as you can see, it fits in the house. And let me tell you, the first workout I did on this thing, I basically saved my life. I mean, I don't know if there's been a happier day of my life. I mean, it was crazy. It was a great workout, turned on the music, got it going, got a full body workout in, did a chest and back workout, and you can see all the different, you get some idea on how that, the different workouts you could do. We could demonstrate a lot more for you as the video goes. But yeah, so that was the first kind of piece that came through. And then next up, you're kind of scrambling around to get equipment. So what came next, I believe, this exercise ball right here. So with that, basically, that's a way for you to train your abdominals, of course, and do like a makeshift bench. And I can roll in some video, even show you, or pictures, and show you how that was kind of like the makeshift bench, which obviously facilitates the need for what? An actual bench, which we have here. And even before that, of course, you need dumbbells. So the first thing we did was, after the Bowflex cables machine, because it's basically a cable tension machine, right? That's basically what we're talking about with the Bowflex Extreme 2 is what it's called. Got it on OfferUp, which is an awesome website, by the way. $250, all right, if you're wondering. $250, and I think it was like late March I paid that $250. So I know, be jealous. That's fine. Go ahead. I mean, I would be too, but it's mine. So there you go. So after that, we got the Bowflex 552 dumbbells, and those are about, what is that, like 5 to 52 pounds each, and then they're adjustable, fully adjustable. And I stocked Walmart and got those. I stocked Walmart probably for like 4 or 5 days, and I tracked down the guy, the inventory guy, and found out when they were coming, and then made sure to pick those up. So we got those, we got the exercise ball, we got the Bowflex. Now we're rocking and rolling, right? But 52 pounds, still not enough weight, right? I mean, and then, you know, the exercise ball is not versatile enough, so we had to upgrade. I think the next piece that we did was the adjustable bench here. This bench, Flybird, I don't know the company, it's like Chinese made, but it's, you know, really good bench. It's fully adjustable, so it goes incline, actually goes all the way up to a upright position, and it goes flat and then all the way to a decline. So this thing is actually just rocks for getting the job done, for a lot of dumbbell work, of course, and then you could do a lot of abdominal work, tricep dips, different things with it. I mean, we're gonna demonstrate a few items you can do with that. $200 or something like that, I think I paid for that. So if you're keeping score, keeping track. And I think the dumbbells were about, those were about $330 after tax. Paid for both. I paid retail. I know, be jealous, continue to be jealous. I know, I get it. So that's kind of where that went. And then obviously we need some upgrades, guys, because I mean, how are we gonna stay in shape, right? How are we gonna keep the gains that we worked so hard our whole life to get, and how do we progress? How do we not just maintain, but how do we progress in our life, right? So we gotta upgrade, as my good friend likes to say, always upgrade. He knows who he is. So we went to the Bowflex 1090s right here. So as you can see, these weights go from 10 to 90 pounds. They're fully adjustable, okay? And that's gonna allow us to obviously what? Stress our muscles more, add more load to the muscle so we can add more size to the muscle and we can keep progressing, okay? And you know, those 50-pound dumbbells, reviews should be coming out on those shortly. We're good, but they're not gonna quite do the job, right? Oh, and then before we get to the rest of everything else, let me show you the one item that we found in our panic to find out how to work out is our good old pull-up bar that you can get at any store. So yeah, that's just been laying around and you don't realize how much you need it till you really need it, right? And then boom, so there's your pull-ups, right? So we could do some body weight stuff. I mean, basically, if you're looking at the setup and thinking, can I get everything I need to get done? Yeah, there might be some challenges. So like the leg workouts may not be up to snuff. That's one thing that we're missing, right? Is a good leg machine. Now we can do a lot of good squats with the Bowflex. In fact, we upgraded the rod setup. So we actually have 420 pounds, roughly, I think that's what it is, over 400 pounds of resistance on these rods here. So as you can see, the rods here, we got the full rod upgrade, the extra 50s in the front and then the back. This is a 310 upgrade, 410 upgrade, and it goes up to 400 pounds of resistance. So it's still not fully adequate to really get the hypertrophy in those legs, but it works pretty good, right? Next thing you know, I don't know if you've seen this piece here, this piece right here. So this is our Fierce Reflex reflex bag, right? So basically it's freestanding and it's a great way to get cardio in because you get bored doing cardio. I hate doing cardio already, but you know, when you're sitting around, especially in the beginning of quarantine, when you're just eating food and just coping with everything and you're trying to get your workouts in, we need some variety. So that's a nice piece of variety, and then has a nice sandbag too that came with it underneath the ball, if you can't see. And so basically that'll stabilize the bag while you're pounding on it. It's great workouts, so much fun. So now, cardio, right? So there's other things going on besides the machines, right? And you know, whatnot. So how do we get our heart rate up? How do we burn fat that way? How do we get into that steady state cardio and burn calories during the workout? Well, we have the bag, right? We roll this video and show you us having fun with that. We also have this kit. Here. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the Spree workout kit. I think this is like $20 or something. It's not cheap, right? This stuff is not cheap. Well, this is kind of cheap, but the whole setup's not cheap. Everything kind of ching, ching, ching adds up, right? I mean, those were about $1,000, by the way. I overpaid. Okay, don't be jealous. I overpaid. You can get them for $1,000 right now. All right. So then we have our ab wheel. Okay. Have your jump rope, push-up bars, and your exercise band. As you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, this doesn't get used at all, but somebody will be able to use it. All right. So between these 4 items, we can add some weapons to our fat burning and our cardio workouts if we need to stay in the house, if we're not going to be outside. This is obviously Southern California, so restrictions are a little bit more here than they are maybe in your part of the world. But mainly what this video, one thing I want to talk about is how do we get this done? How do we get this done when, you know, your back's against the wall and things aren't, not everything's just wide open, right? Now your wheel's really going to be tested about what you can do and what you can achieve in your life. So maybe now we could talk about how you're motivated, right? Before we get into that, I had to show you this ball real quick. It's 15-pound slam ball. You've seen it in the other videos that we've done. You could do a full body workout just with that ball. So there's that. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, guys, about, you know, when we have a challenge of this this pandemic and these restrictions come down on us. Now, there's a lot of feelings that you're going to have about that beyond just what you're going to do about it, right? I mean, you have a lot of feelings and thoughts about what should be done and whatnot. We're not going to talk about that here. We're going to talk about how to get your fitness done while this is all going down. And this is a good chance to really test your internal versus external motivation, right? I mean, I know a lot of people, me included, I love being around the gym. I love being around people. I love seeing the results. I love seeing other people's results and getting motivated by them. We all want to see each other succeed, whether we know it or not. It really actually motivates you. Even if someone's hating on you or you're hating on someone else, there's motivation there. Something's triggering a feeling in you to have that feeling. In the gym, there's a lot of that going around, right? I mean, sometimes you're really happy for people and then, you know, it really pushes you to, hey, maybe I could achieve that. So in here, you're not seeing anybody, right? There's nobody around. So it's just you. And that's when it becomes like, okay, you need to define why you're working out. And if you haven't done that already, you really should have done that. And so one exercise that you could do is get a pen and paper or even your cell phone. Mine's on my cell phone. Create a list of items, the things that are most important for you to achieve, and then check that list every day. Multiple times a day. You can do it 2 or 3 times a day. And what that's going to do is it's going to help you stay on track toward your goals, okay? This might be the most important thing that ever comes out on this channel for your life. It could impact you more than any workout I ever show you, because what I'm trying to show you is how to achieve the will to get this done. So when you're at home, your motivation levels are going to come into play, and a lot of you will use the excuse and say, well, I don't have the gym. Well, I don't have the equipment. Well, I'm not motivated. Well, guys, I have all the same things, all right? I mean, it's my life, it's who I am, but it still affects me in that kind of way, right? So, I mean, that's a challenge for all of us. And basically what I learned about myself is, because I didn't really even know this about myself. I mean, I did, but basically it's not a challenge for me because I'm very internally motivated because I understand why. So why? It's my health. Number one, I really enjoy feeling and looking healthy. I really enjoy it more than a lot of things, okay? It's might be the top priority in my life, right? And then in doing so, I can ensure the well-being for myself and my family and those around me, okay? Before we talk about money, anything, okay? Without health, you're nothing. You're nothing, and you know you're not. So really go back to that list I was telling you to work on and make a list of the most important things in your life and basically write down what you're doing to achieve those things or what you should be doing to achieve those things, right? And then you can go over that list every day, and then that will keep your focus where it needs to be. So you're not looking at your phone, you see some stupid TikTok or something that totally throws you off of where you need to be and what's important for you. That TikTok is not going to change your life, all right? You are, right? So I know I sound like one of those motivation people, but 100% look at that list, get through it, and let that influence your behavior, because that's yourself influencing your own behavior, right? So let's go over that. Let's make that happen. So, all right, guys, so that's a home gym setup. There's more to it than that, but basically I want to show you like how we're maintaining our shape during this whole challenging time, and the gyms are open, they're closed, they're open, they're closed. Hey, you know, this gym's always open, right? We can always work out here, okay? And we can get the job done here. It may not be everything that you want to do, everything that you're used to doing, but it really works, as you can see from, you know, the results that we've gotten here, and it's going to happen, okay? So basically it's December 2020, and hopefully we're at the tail end of this tunnel of pandemic, and this is where we're at right now, but we got the job done, and we're going to continue getting it done in 2021. So hope you're all staying healthy, happy, and think about the lessons, some of the lessons we talked about as far as staying motivated in this video. And yeah, guys, let's get the job done, and let's have some fun while we're working out.